उत्थान के लिए काम कर रहे हैं। तो जो धन मंदिरों में आएगा वह मंदिरों के काम के लिए एज वेल एज अपकीप ऑफ द टेम्पल्स, धर्म के प्रचार के काम के लिए, और साथ में नीडी जो है, जरूरतमंद जो हिंदू है, उसके सेवा के लिए लगेगा। हम देखेंगे तो हिंदू समाज ही यदि नहीं बचेगा तो हमारे साधु संत भी सुरक्षित नहीं है। हम लक्ष्मणानंद जी का उदाहरण देखते हैं। पूज्य लक्ष्मणानंद जी की हत्या यह ओडिशा में इसीलिए की गई कि उन्होंने हजारों ईसाई बनाए गए जनजातीय क्षेत्र के अपने हिंदू बंधुओं को पुनः हिंदू धर्म में लाया। पूज्य शांति काली जी महाराज जो त्रिपुरा के, उनकी भी हत्या नक्सलियों ने और टेररिस्ट ने इसीलिए की कि उन्होंने धर्मांतरण का विरोध किया। पूज्य स्वामी श्रद्धानंद जी की भी हत्या इसीलिए हुई कि उन्होंने लाखों ईसाइयों को यह और मुसलमानों को हिंदू धर्म में प्रवेश दिया। जब तक हिंदू समाज आस्थावान नहीं है, श्रद्धावान नहीं है और हिंदू समाज बड़ी मात्रा में नहीं है, हमारे मंदिर, हमारे साधु, हमारा धर्म और देश कुछ भी सुरक्षित नहीं है। और इसीलिए मंदिरों ने धर्म प्रचार के काम में लगना चाहिए। यह बहुत आवश्यक काम है। एवरी टेम्पल मस्ट डू हिंदू धर्म का प्रचार, यह आवश्यक है। और इसलिए मंदिरों को केवल अपने मंदिर में आने वाले भक्तों की चिंता नहीं करनी है। हमारे परिसर में क्या हो रहा है, वहां पे क्या एंटी हिंदू एक्टिविटीज चल रही है क्या, तो कोई गांव, कोई बस्ती गोद लेकर वहां काम करना, यह हर मंदिर के लिए बहुत आवश्यक है। तो यह एक्टिविटी इसमें यह की जाएगी। आज हम बिहार में देखेंगे, इन बिहार the temple lands are usurped by the criminal elements. Also पूर्ण देश भर में भी यही चित्र दिख रहा है। इसलिए टेम्पल प्रॉपर्टीज की रक्षा यह भी इसमें प्रपोज्ड है। आज अनेक लोगों के मन में शंका है कि सारे पुजारी और जो काम करने वाले मंदिर के लोग हैं उनके बारे में क्या होगा। तो यह सोचा गया है कि किसी का भी नुकसान न हो, ऐसी ही व्यवस्था यह पुजारियों के लिए बनाई जाएगी। आज अनेक राज्यों में पुजारियों को मिनिमम वेजेस भी नहीं मिल रहे सरकारी नियंत्रण के मंदिरों को। तो पुजारियों को मिनिमम वेजेस कम से कम मिले, ज़्यादा भी मिले तो बहुत अच्छी बात है। और किसी का भी ये ट्रांसफर में नुकसान नहीं होना चाहिए, ये बहुत बड़ा विषय है। उनकी सेफ्टी, उनका प्रशिक्षण और उनका वेलफेयर, उनकी शिक्षा, इसके बारे में भी चिंता इस प्रपोजल में की गई है। आज ये करेंगे कैसा, तो एक प्रपोजल ऐसा है कि एक राज्य स्तर पे एक परिषद बनाई जाएगी और उस परिषद में कौन कौन रहेंगे। जो परिषद बनाई जाएगी राज्य स्तर पे, धार्मिक परिषद, तो उसमें उस राज्य के जो प्रमुख संप्रदाय है, 8-10 संप्रदाय, उनके प्रमुख आचार्यों को इस धर्म परिषद में, धार्मिक परिषद में लिया जाएगा। बाद में जिनको कानून की अच्छी जानकारी है, ऐसे हाई कोर्ट के रिटायर्ड जस्टिसेस लिए जाएंगे। बाद में एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू 2-3 रिटायर्ड सिविल सर्वेंट्स लिए जाएंगे। फिर फाइनेंस एंड मैनेजमेंट, इसको समझने वाले समाज के कुछ एक्सपर्ट्स इसमें लिए जाएंगे। साथ ही में जो शास्त्र, विधि विधान, आगम, मंदिरों की सारी पूजा पद्धति, इसमें जो तज्ञ ऐसे विद्वानों को भी इसमें लिया जाएगा। और ऑल्सो वेरियस सेक्शंस ऑफ द सोसाइटी, जैसे मैंने कहा अनुसूचित जाति, जनजाति, महिलाएं, अन्य वर्ग, और ऐसे सारे प्रमुख लोग इस परिषद में लिए जाएंगे। पहली परिषद कौन बनाएगा, ये एक बहुत प्रमुख प्रश्न है और इसीलिए टू कीप इट नॉन कंट्रोवर्शियल एक प्रपोजल ऐसा दिया हुआ है कि उस राज्य का सिटिंग मुख्यमंत्री और बाद में लीडर ऑफ द अपोजिशन और तीसरे यानी मुख्य न्यायाधीश हाईकोर्ट के, एक प्रपोजल है, देयर मे बी अ चेंज इन दिस, बट ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल पोस्ट से सारी, ये तीनों लोग सभी पूर्ण समाज से बातचीत करके इसकी नियुक्ति करेंगे एंड देन दिस धार्मिक परिषद विल बी इंडिपेंडेंट, इट विल नॉट बी कंट्रोल्ड बाय एनीबडी, इट विल बी इंडिपेंडेंट लाइक दैट। इसमें जैसा मैंने कहा है वो बात हो गई। अभी जो धार्मिक परिषद में आएंगे, जैसे राज्यसभा की पद्धति है कि 2-2 वर्ष के बाद में 1/3 लोग रिटायर होते जाएंगे एंड दे विल बी रिप्लेस बाय न्यू पीपल, तो किसी की प्रभुत्व नहीं होगा, किसी एक का कंट्रोल राज्य परिषद के ऊपर नहीं होगा, ऐसी व्यवस्था भी इसमें रहेगी। इनके माध्यम से जिला स्तर पे भी ऐसी ही समिति का निर्माण होगा और फिर वह जिला परिषद यह हर टेम्पल की समिति बनाएगी। द टेम्पल कमिटी विल बी ऑटोनॉमस, अपने धन का क्या करना है, कैसा खर्चा करना है, विधि विधान क्या करना है, ऐसी सारी बातें टेम्पल कमिटी स्वयं करेगी। इसलिए एक 3 स्तरीय व्यवस्था, तो जो राज्य धार्मिक परिषद है और जिला धार्मिक परिषद है, यह केवल मार्गदर्शक रहेगी, इट विल नॉट बी अ कंट्रोलिंग यूनिट, इट विल बी अ फैसिलिटेटिंग यूनिट और अ गाइडिंग यूनिट ओनली, इट विल नॉट बी अ कंट्रोलिंग यूनिट। एंड सो टेम्पल समिति ऑटोनॉमस रहेगी, ये इसमें हमने सोचा है। अभी मंदिर बनेंगे तो झगड़े होंगे कुछ न कुछ, कहाँ ट्रस्टियों के बीच में हो सकते हैं, कहाँ ट्रस्टी पुजारी के बीच में हो सकते हैं, कभी जो भाड़े से रह रहे उनके साथ हो सकते हैं, मंदिरों के प्रॉपर्टीज के बारे में हो सकते हैं। सो व्हाट विल बी द डिस्प्यूट रिजोल्यूशन मैकेनिज्म, ये बहुत महत्व का विषय है, नहीं तो सारी बातें पुनः कोर्ट और गवर्नमेंट के पास पहुंच जाएगी। और इसलिए इसमें एक डिस्प्यूट रिड्रेसल मैकेनिज्म यह प्रपोज किया हुआ है। इसमें जो ट्रेडिशंस हैं, मंदिर की परंपराएं हैं, शास्त्राधार है, इन सब को समझने वाले लोगों का एक आर्बिट्रेटर्स का पैनल बनाया जाएगा और झगड़े वाले दोनों पार्टियां जिस आर्बिट्रेटर को मान्य करेंगे वही उसका निकाल देगा। तो एक तरीके से फॉर रिड्रेसल सहमति से यह आर्बिट्रेटर तय होगा। यदि समझ लीजिए कि आर्बिट्रेटर का निर्णय किसी को मान्य नहीं हुआ, तो फिर इसके लिए एक धार्मिक न्यायाधिकरण भी बनाया गया है, जिसमें एक रिटायर्ड सीनियर जुडिशियल ऑफिसर और 2 हिंदू धर्मशास्त्र के ट्रेडिशंस को मानने वाले लोग इसमें रहेंगे कि जो इसका निर्णय दे सकेंगे। एज अ लास्ट रिजोर्ट फिर कोई हाईकोर्ट में जा सकेगा। इसमें प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ प्रॉपर्टीज का विषय है, तो स्वयं धार्मिक परिषद को तो अधिकार नहीं है, इसलिए गवर्नमेंट के कमिश्नर को इस व्यवस्था में लिया जाएगा, हु विल हैव द राइट टू कॉन्फिस्केट प्रॉपर्टीज फ्रॉम पब्लिक। तो मंदिर की प्रॉपर्टीज कॉन्फिस्केट करके मंदिर को वापस लौटाना, ये काम करने वाली एक व्यवस्था यह इसमें दी जाएगी। अभी जो बातें हो रही है कि एक वेलफेयर फंड यह राज्य स्तर पे बनाया जाएगा, उसमें कोई लिमिट से जो हर राज्य में बदल सकती है। यदि 25 लाख रुपए तक जिस मंदिर की आमदनी होगी, तो उन्होंने कुछ धन राज्य को देना चाहिए परिषद को, कि जिसमें से जो कमजोर मंदिर है उन कमजोर मंदिरों की चिंता हो सके। जिन मंदिरों के पास में खुद का धन नहीं है, उन मंदिरों की चिंता करने की जिम्मेदारी ये राज्य परिषद की रहेगी। और इसलिए एक हिंदू सार्वजनिक निधि वेलफेयर फंड ये उसके लिए बनाने का प्रपोजल दिया गया है। एंड सेकेंडली, मंदिरों के इस काम के लिए विदेशी धन भी आ सके और CSR फंड भी हो सके, इस तरह का कानून में प्रावधान किया गया है, जो कि आज नहीं है। हम लोग यहाँ पर जब ये विषय लेकर अनेक वर्षों से विश्व हिंदू परिषद कार्य कर रही है, तो अभी एक जागरण के दृष्टि से ऐसा सोचा गया कि आज वातावरण पूर्ण देश में बन रहा है, तो एक बड़ा पब्लिक प्रोग्राम ये अवेकनिंग कैंपेन करके करना चाहिए। और इसीलिए 5 जनवरी को एक बहुत बड़ा कार्यक्रम आंध्र प्रदेश विजयवाड़ा में किया गया। तो ये जो एक प्रपोजल हमने बनाया है, ये प्रपोजल विश्व हिंदू परिषद के कार्यकर्ताओं ने मिलकर इस राज्य के माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी को दिया कि यहाँ के जो आंध्र प्रदेश के सभी गवर्नमेंट कंट्रोल टेम्पल्स है, वो आंध्र प्रदेश के समाज को आप वापस करिए। ये कहने के लिए हम गए थे उनके पास में। तो इस तरीके से हर राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री को अभी हम मिलने वाले हैं और उनको ये प्रपोजल देने वाले हैं कि आपके राज्य के सभी गवर्नमेंट कंट्रोल टेम्पल्स, द हिंदू सोसाइटी इज केपेबल ऑफ टेकिंग केयर ऑफ इट्स टेम्पल्स, है ना। ये मुख्य बात है। हिंदू समाज नालायक नहीं है। अपने मंदिरों की चिंता हिंदू समाज स्वयं कर सकता है, दूसरे सरकार की जरूरत उसके लिए नहीं है। तो ये जो कार्यक्रम हुआ, ये विजयवाड़ा की सभा है। विदाउट इशू कितने 3 लाख लोग एकत्र आए थे। 3 लाख लोग केवल मंदिरों को मुक्त करने के लिए। यह जो मांग है, यह प्रचंड ऐसा कार्यक्रम हो गया। अनेक साधु संत, मंच के ऊपर लगभग 250 साधु संत आंध्र प्रदेश के एकत्र आए थे। और मैं इसलिए बता रहा हूं कि कितना उत्साह लोगों के मन में इस विषय के बारे में है। और इसके लिए अभी भविष्य की जो कल्पना है कि देश भर के, इसको स्विच ऑफ कर सकते हैं, देश भर के सभी राज्यों में इस वर्ष अभी हम योजना लेकर जा रहे हैं कि मुख्यमंत्रियों से एक प्रपोजल जाके लेके मिलेंगे और फिर हर राज्य की जो विधानसभा और विधान परिषद है, our कार्यकर्ताज will be meeting all the elected members of the Vidhan Sabha in maximum number of states all over the country। और देश में फिर ऐसे जैसा आज का गैदरिंग है, ऐसे लर्नेड पीपल फ्रॉम द सोसाइटी इन ईच स्टेट हम लोग उनकी सभा करके ये विषय उनके सामने रखेंगे। प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंसेस होगी और देश के 2, 3, 4 जगह पर इस वर्ष भर में जैसी बड़ी सभा विजयवाड़ा में हुई, वैसे इस वर्ष भर में 3-4 बड़ी जागरण की सभा पूर्ण भारत में होने वाली है। मेरा आपसे निवेदन है कि आप तो सारे प्राइवेट टेम्पल्स है, तो यह जो विषय है यह गवर्नमेंट कंट्रोल टेम्पल्स के बारे में केवल है, मगर यह संपूर्ण हिंदू समाज की जिम्मेदारी है कि हिंदू मंदिर यह मुक्त होकर हिंदुओं के हाथ में आने चाहिए। और इसलिए हम सबको इसके लिए प्रयास करना पड़ेगा। यह एक बहुत महत्व का विषय है कि जो आगामी कुछ वर्षों में हम देखेंगे कि ये फलीभूत होते हुए, इट विल बी अ फ्रूटफुल थिंग, इट विल बी अ प्रॉब्लम दैट विल बी रिजॉल्व्ड, ऐसा हम देख रहे हैं। तो पूर्ण समाज का जागरण करने का यह विषय जो हाथ में लिया हुआ है, वह विषय मैंने आपके सामने रखा है। एक 10-15 मिनट हमारे हाथ में, कुछ इसके बारे में किसी के मन में, इफ देर आर एनी क्वेश्चंस और क्वेरीज और सजेशंस, फॉर दैट वी हैव केप्ट फॉर सम डिस्कशन। हाँ जी, हु विल गिव सम माइक टू देम? उधर खड़े हैं पीछे। Please introduce yourself and then ask the question in short.
जय श्री राम, राम मोहन, गौरी बिदनूर, कर्नाटका। मैं एक क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहता हूँ कि मंदिरों में ये दसरा दिवस पर और दूसरा हमारा फेस्टिवल्स होता है ना, तभी मुस्लिम वालों को सभी माइक सेट लाइटिंग सभी देता है। वो बड़ा हम लोग मीडियम यूथ है ना, वो लोग नहीं बोलता है। बड़े लोग होता है ना, उसमें हमारा परिषद में प्रेसिडेंट और सेक्रेटरी वो बोलता है नहीं देना करके बोलता है। इसीलिए हमें उनको क्या समझाएं, और हमारा लोग सभी इकट्ठा होता है ना, तभी कोई ऐसा है परवाह नहीं छोड़ दो उनको करको बोलता है। ये उन्हें पैसा कम में देता है और हिंदू वाला ने ज़्यादा देता है, रेट ज़्यादा बोलता है। इसको क्या करना है, हमें उनको समझाना है।
I have not been able to understand what he has said. क्या बोला है उन्होंने?
मैं बोलता हूँ अभी मंदिरों में त्योहार होता है ना, दसरा, दीपावली और उगादी में,
हाँ।
तभी समय पे हमारा कुछ लोग बोलता है, हमारा मंदिर का प्रमुख होता है ना, उन लोगों ने बोलता है मुस्लिम वालों को लाइटिंग, साउंड सिस्टम सभी दिया तो परवाह नहीं छोड़ो, उन्हें भी दे सकता है। हमको क्या परिंदा है इसमें करके बोल रहा है।
देखिए, मैंने जो बोलना है वो बोल दिया। हिंदू मनी फॉर हिंदू कॉज, समझने वाले को इशारा काफी है। और क्या बोलूं मैं?
Excuse me.
Sir, myself is Advocate R.S. Patil from Solapur, Siddheshwar Devasthan, Solapur. I am asking the question to you, sir. Sir, just now you have pronounced your opinion regarding the protection of property of mandir. Sir, if somehow our properties are rented to the other persons, but to take the possession of that properties, it is very difficult and very tedious to us. Sir, because of this reason I am asking to you, sir, please exempt our Rent Control Act from mandir purposes, temple and mandir purposes. Semi-government and government is not having a rent control act, such that you exempt all the mandir properties from rent control act. So we will get the possession of that properties to us, and
Okay.
it is very easy to make it the one type of law or
ठीक है, I will note down your topic and we will discuss with our experts and think.
Okay, sir.
मेरा नाम टी.के. स्वामीनाथन है। मैं पुणे के कार्तिक मंदिर का चीफ ट्रस्टी हूँ और मैं इस सभा में आया हूँ आज। हमारी जो मंदिर है ये इसका इस साल स्वर्ण जयंती है, 50 साल हो गए हैं। एक आर्मी के यूनिट टेम्पल जैसे इसका शुरुआत हुआ था और उसके बाद इसकी प्रगति होते गई है। मुझे 2-3 बहुत महत्व के जो चीज़ दिखे हैं, जो मैं चाहता हूँ कि हम सब हिंदू मंदिर जो चलाते हैं और जिससे उनका संबंध है, उनको सोचना चाहिए। और ये बहुत महत्व की बात है कि प्राचीन युग में हिंदू हर प्रकार से वृक्ष, वन और प्राणी इनकी सुरक्षा देखते थे। इनकी सुरक्षा
हम सवाल पूछने के लिए यहाँ पे हैं।
Okay.
यहाँ पे हम कोई भी प्रकार से टेम्पल टॉक्स का स्टेज है वहाँ पे, जहाँ पे सबको बात करने का एक अवसर मिलेगा। सर, सो अभी हम यहाँ पे सवाल जवाब नहीं कर रहे हैं।
I will just ask a
1
question.
minute, only 1 minute प्लीज। हाँ, कंप्लीट कर लीजिए सर।
सो मेरी ये रिक्वेस्ट है कि हमें ये जो मंदिर हैं इनके ऑब्जेक्ट्स में हमें वन और प्राणी इनके संरक्षण के लिए भी सोचना है और उसके लिए उनके ट्रस्ट डीड में या एक्ट में कुछ तब्दीली करनी है।
एक अलग से अभी एक पर्यावरण का विषय लेकर हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं और इसलिए वन और पानी ये दोनों भी उसके हिस्से है, तो मंदिरों को भी योगदान होना चाहिए। ये बात हम अलग से कर रहे हैं।
सर
कहाँ है?
हाँ जी, सो आई थिंक we will, because we are limited with time, a big round of applause for the session by Milind Barande ji. We have a lot of questions, we have a lot of suggestions and inputs.
Girish ji, just one suggestion.
सर आप तो घर के हैं, अब सजेशन मत लीजिए, आपको अलग चीज में उसको लाइन अप करना है, अब मत करिए। धन्यवाद। आई रिक्वेस्ट श्री शेखर रेड्डी जी टू प्लीज कम अप ऑन स्टेज फॉर द फेलिसिटेशन।
Thank you,
Sir,
Minister,
please.
for joining us here today. And we request Sri Shekhar Reddy ji to kindly felicitate Sri Milind Parande ji for joining us here at ITCX 2025, ladies and gentlemen. This is the year where we join hands with new collaborations, new partnerships, new ideas, new insights, and new innovation in the space of temple ecosystem. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Sri Milind Parande ji.
Venkatramana,
Yes, let the
Govinda.
applauses go on. Thank you very much, sir. We are deeply grateful to you. Ladies and gentlemen, now is the time to invite and introduce our next speaker on stage. Our next speaker is also known as the Singham of Karnataka. And this name he has got for his firm stand against illegal activities and corruption. He has served as an IPS officer before joining politics. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome on stage State President, BJP Tamil Nadu, Shri K. Annamalai. Let's hear it for Shri K. Annamalai ji, everybody. Welcome, sir. Namaskaram.
ஜெய் ஸ்ரீராம், ஓம் நமக் சிவாய. அனைவருக்கும் என்னுடைய அன்பான காலை வணக்கத்தை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றேன். I take this opportunity to seek the blessings of our elders, Param Pujya Swamijis who are sitting here and guiding us, and also the wonderful delegates who are part of this very unique Temple Connect program. At the outset, I take the opportunity to thank and express my heartfelt appreciation for the chairman of this convention, Prasad Ladji, and the founder was instrumental behind making this convention, an event where the whole of Bharat is assembled in Tirupati today, Girish Kulkarni ji. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I am very happy and very delighted. Temple Connect program last year in Varanasi and this year in Tirupati is able to bring our Swamijis, our Adinams, our Gurus, one end. At the other end, very, very young, enthusiastic people. Nowhere I've seen a gathering in which youngsters are present, very passionately. They want to take the temple economics to a different level. Make sure Sanatana Dharma keeps prospering. And at the same time, rediscover what we have lost and bring those things to the mainstream. At the same time, on the other end, we have our elders who are guiding us, helping us to rediscover what we have lost over the last 250 years, trying to bring it back to the mainstream. That is why this gathering is very unique. Passionate youngsters in the one end, and our senior elders in the other end. If you look at many of the global cities, if you take last 1,000 years, the cities which were present 1,000 years before, cities which are present now, many cities have vanished. Cities which have withstood 1,000 years, even now, which are centers of civilization. If you take cities like Varanasi, cities like Madurai, cities like Ujjain, cities like Pushkar. If we take some of the cities, very clearly we can find cities which stood withstand the ravages of time, which are standing for the last 1,000 years. Very clearly we can connect all those cities are temple cities. Only temple cities are eternal cities. They're there for a long, long time. Other day I was reading an article by a temple researcher called Sandeep Singh Ji. I think today or tomorrow is also talking here. He has gone through some of the American cities. Cities like Detroit, around World War II, which were the cradles of automobile manufacturing. It lost 25% of its population between 2000 and 2010. Those cities are fast coming down. At one point of time, big cities. Even now in India, some cities are called Detroit of India. If you go to Coimbatore, a city in which I'm living now, they say Coimbatore is Detroit of South India. But if you look at the status of Detroit, it is fast vanishing. Cities like Atlantic City, which is known for its gambling and which is known for its entertainment industry, it is one of the top 10 dying cities in US. It is the 9th out of 10 dying city. So cities which made a name in some sector, some industry, it is all fast going down. But cities which are eternal are our cities in which a temple is a fulcrum of that city. Very clearly from history we can understand. That is why this convention is very important, because we are trying to find a common denominator that is connecting all the temple cities. We are using the word called temple economics. We have heard a lot of economic theory. What is the temple economics? How can temple be the fulcrum of generating economic activity around that area? And more importantly, drive Bharat's growth. We are standing in this very, very holy Tirupati. We are all sitting at the feet of Lord Venkateshwara. This is not a very ordinary temple, not a very ordinary city. This temple is alone worth, if Tirupati Devasthanam is listing in the Indian stock market, its valuation will be 2.5 lakh crore. That will be the valuation of the Tirupati temple. And people have calculated the valuation by using smart metrics. This temple has got close to 10 tons of gold in the bank, 2.5 tons of gold as ornaments, 16,000 crore as bank deposit, 960 properties across India, Bharat. If somebody is doing a smart valuation, it comes to close to 2.5 lakh crore as market cap. To compare Tirupati Devasthanam to some of the large multinational companies in the world, a company like Nestle, a multinational company more than 100 years old, Nestle is around 2,10,000 crore market cap. If you look some of the big oil companies in India, like ONGC, it is around 1.6 lakh crore. Maybe there is something right Tirupati has done. There is something right that is happening in the Tirupati Devasthanam, which was formed by an act in 1932, which underwent some changes. There is a semblance of government control. At the same time, there is a freedom and autonomy also in the board, which has made Tirupati to be a temple in the last 100 years, especially after 1932, to reach this position, to reach this preeminent position. Nowhere in the world we can boast these numbers. Vatican City has seen 90 lakh people visiting it last year. Mecca, Saudi Arabia, 2 crore visited. The city where we are now, Tirupati, it had 3 crore people visiting it last year. One temple, one city had 3 crore people. Again, if somebody is getting into the economics behind Tirupati, of course, temple is big. Of course, Lord Venkateshwara is blessing us. There is a big market cap. There is a huge amount of money. Whether it is trickling down, Harvard has done a study understanding with respect to Tirupati, what is the market forces that is shaping up the city. If somebody has got the time, if you are looking at the Tirupati city per se, the employment that is getting generated, 38% of employment in Tirupati city is more on the trade, and transportation. It is all linked to the temple economy. 19% is closely linked to food manufacturing, value addition in the food industry. Everything, if you see, this temple, the whole district, the whole ecosystem around this place is connected to the offerings and service of God, which creates millions and millions of employment generation. Unfortunately, in our country, after 1947, for a long time, the Marxist concept of history, it always felt temples are a waste. It always felt temples are a wastage because some old kings who did not have any job, just to create labor and employment, they built temples. That is a Marxist version of history that was prevalent in our country for a long, long time. When we talk about Ayodhya, where Lord Ram is majestically back there, and even now in our country, the debate is, what is the point of spending so much money? Who spent that money? Whether it is worth it? In states like Tamil Nadu, even people sitting in government will say, government of India is wasting so much money in Ayodhya. That is the narrative they try to set. But for common people like you and me, we understand what Ayodhya is trying to do. 85,000 crore investment going to happen in the next 10 years. Crores of people visiting. The kind of economic activity Ayodhya is generating, it is going to have a trickle-down economics to the last person. The person who is involved in the flower business, the person who is assembling the flower, right from agarbatti, right from the puja saman, right from the manufacturing. It is going to create a huge ecosystem that is going to be built around temple economics. The last 10 years we can confidently say, from Kasi to Ujjain to Ayodhya to Puri Jagannathar. Now if you look at all the places with the modernization, the money that is getting invested, we are seeing straight away a 20% jump of tourists who want to go there. That is very, very important in our country. We are seeing this rebirth of temple economics. We are seeing this rebirth of common people going to a center of worship, which was standing there for 1,000 years. But maybe in the last 250 years, they never had the opportunity to go and see this pristine place. Now, since it is happening, a new kind of market forces operate. If we wait for another 5-10 years, we can clearly bring out papers. On Kashi Vishwanath temple, we can clearly bring out papers to say what the temple is, how many people visited, the trickle-down economics, how many people getting benefited, the total footfall. Again for temple in Ujjain we can bring, again for Ayodhya we can bring, again for Puri Jagannathar temple we can bring. That is why I am very happy. This convention is acting as a catalyst, bringing all the eminent people across India, ideating, generating knowledge, trying to create a common platform where all of us together we can come, we can talk about how in the future temple can drive the economics of Bharat 25 years from now. Because I'm very, very confident Bharat has got 35 lakh temples, big and small. If I'm talking about my own state, Tamil Nadu has got 79,000 temples, 44,121 temples are under the direct control of HRNCE. We have 604 temples that are more than 1,000 years old. But the temples in Tamil Nadu are an entirely different story. If anybody is having an interest, if they try to understand what is happening in Tamil Nadu, what is happening in temples in Tamil Nadu, HRNCA, it is all in shambles. 604 temples more than 1,000 years old, but many people might not even know the names of more than 10. HRNCA, which came in 1925, the current Dravidian party, the previous Avatar Justice Party, the only aim was to throttle. The only aim was to take the spiritual base out of Tamil Nadu. Right from 1926, the first act, the major act which came in 1951. If you look at this whole story, it is a story, a classical story, which will tell us how not to manage and run a temple. A beautiful state, a spiritual state like Tamil Nadu, where the state government has appointed endowment officers illegally, EOs, who control even our puja should be done, who control right up to the puja articles purchase, who without any training try to repair temples which are 1,000 years old by a cement and mortar, without even having an idea the kind of damage they are doing to a historic place. Now, in Tamil Nadu, over the last 2-3 years, there is a lot of fight happening. There is an awakening that is happening, where BJP, the party to which I belong to, we are very clear. Come 2026, one of our central manifesto point, when the NDA and BJP will come to power, day one, we will remove HRNCE Act from Tamil Nadu all the temples of our state will get freed. Because we are very clear, we are not mentioning this as a political slogan. The reason we are mentioning this is because we have data to back it up. 1986, when the HRNC department published its first policy paper, it had 5,25,000 acres of land under its control. Can you believe? A state which has got thousands of temples, where 44,000 temples are under the direct control of HRNCE. The total acreage they were managing in 1986 is 5,25,000 acres. 10 years later, when they published the second policy paper in 1996, they lost 60,000 acres. Nobody knew what happened to that 60,000 acres because it all went in encroachment. After that, they stopped publishing policy papers. This is a state, this is a temple which officially from 2023 July to 2024 March, for a point of 9 months, total generation, total money that is generated by Tamil Nadu temples is 310 crore. Can somebody believe this? Such a huge temple base, 44,000 temples, direct control of HRNCE, 600 temples more than 1,000 years old. The money they have generated is 310 crore rupee. If I'm digging slightly deep, total land holdings now, 4.5 lakh acres, we have lost approximately 1 lakh acres now. Square feet of site managed by temples, 29 crore 14 lakh. Building square feet, 2 lakh 45,000 crore. This is an asset that Tamil Nadu HRNC manages across all parts of Tamil Nadu. 4.5 lakh acre, 29 crore square feet of site, 2 crore square feet of buildings. If you look at the market rent, if somebody has got a time, they go to that place, they find that building, they put a market rate to it. As per our calculation, every year, bare minimum they should generate 8,000 crore every year, bare minimum. But unfortunately, politicians have taken control of many of this. 50-year lease, 99-year lease. There are some properties in Tamil Nadu taken by some people, 1 rupee lease for 99 years. It belongs to temple. They've taken it for 1 rupee 99 years. They're just holding it. So that is why the revenue that is shown is just a matter of 300 crore, which is the official document they have published for 9 months. So we are very clear, in the last 20 years, if we put market rate to all the temples mismanaged by the HRNC department in Tamil Nadu, it is close to 95,000 crore of unrealized rent that has happened in Tamil Nadu alone. This could have funded our midday meal schemes for the last 20 years. This is the biggest problem. Now all of us are fighting to make sure the temples of Tamil Nadu realize their pure potential. In the open market, an economics is built around the temple. Madurai Meenakshi Amman temple, there was a controversy. 50 meters from the Meenakshi Amman temple, there is a beef stall. Somebody is cutting a non-vegetarian there. Because it is thoroughly mismanaged. There is no interlinkage connections. The whole ecosystem is not brought in a single place. Only the boundary walls of a temple are managed by an act, but not the areas around the temple which can be regulated. So people don't want to go, no toilets. Even in Thaipusam Day, when millions of people march towards Lord Muruga's sacred abode, you will see lakhs of women and children marching in the road, walking with their bare foot to Lord Muruga's temple. We will not find a single toilet. And people have to wait in queues. And people don't even, over a time what happens? People will start losing their faith in God. The problem with Dravidian politics in Tamil Nadu, which they clearly wanted, right from 1926, they felt you start mismanaging temples. You start taking the spiritual angle out of the places where temples are there. Slowly the next generation of people will start losing their faith in Sanatana Dharma. And over a point of time, you can make this state as a so-called secular, the secular word that is defined in most India by the Marxist historians. That is why we are fighting this as a matter of principle. That is why we are very clear, this has to be released from them. If I go one step further, again, if you look at HRNCE audits, the government spends. HRNCE is the only department in Tamil Nadu which refuses to submit itself to CAG. Even after the Madras High Court said the HRNCE has to submit itself to the CAG so that we can audit it, a paper can come out, common people like you and me can know what exactly wrong in the temple. As of now, March 2023, there are 1,87,000 audit objections pending from 1986. Audit objections are pending. How they purchased it, where they purchased it, what is the commission, nobody knows. That is why we keep telling the endowment officers are sitting inside Tamil Nadu temples only as commission agents to loot the temple's money, to suck the temple out of the hard-earned pilgrims' revenue. Now, if I am going one step further, who gave permission to appoint the endowment officers? Because many a time, many of our Adinams have gone to Supreme Court. In 1951, the Dharmapuram Adinam, Sri Subramaniya Desikya Jnana Sambandha Pandara Sannadi Ayya, he went to Supreme Court stating, it is an Adinam temple. Tamil Nadu government doesn't have any right to appoint an EO. So based on this, in 1965 judgment, Supreme Court has cancelled government control over 45 temples. It said you cannot have an EO. These temples are something like Madurai Meenakshi Amban Temple, Srirangam Ranganatha Swami Temple, Tiruvannamalai Arunachala Swami Temple, Tiruchendur Subramaniya Swami Temple. Again, the Tamil Nadu government committed a fraud. In 1965, the same year after the Supreme Court judgment came, they added section 75A, B and C in the act to say, okay, the Supreme Court has given a judgment, we can't immediately come out, we will hold it for 1 more year, after 1 year the government will come. At the same time, the law says, if there is any fight that is happening in the temple, if anybody can come and give a complaint to HRNC department, HRNC department has got the right to appoint an EO for 5 years. Now, based on this fraud, they keep appointing EOs, and that is why recently when somebody went to the court to ask for the appointment letters of all the executive officers in Tamil Nadu, HRNC says we have 600 EO. They couldn't produce appointment letters for 450 executive officers. So it is a constitutional fraud that is happening in the state of Tamil Nadu by the HRNC department, where 450 executive officers are illegally appointed without paper, because whenever the court is asking, they'll always find a way. If common man like you and me, we go to the court for a particular temple, fight it out, then the HRNC lawyer, he comes with a 20,000-page document. They will bury you in paperwork. A common man, a temple administrator, a private temple guy, an Adinam has to fight it again and again and again. It will drag for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 years. That is why many of the temples in Tamil Nadu are dragged in court cases where the HRNC has buried them in pages and pages of documents. So though it is an opportunity for me in this platform to talk about the vision that we have for Tamil Nadu, at the same time I'm talking about the lacuna and the problems that the state is currently having. That is why we are very, very clear. Day one, when Lord Venkateshwara gives us the opportunity for NDA to come to power, we want to remove this illegal act and free all the 44,121 temples free from HRNC. Then, just imagine the kind of temple economics we will be able to generate. The money that temples can generate, temples with the money in Tamil Nadu, the kind of hundi collection that happens, it can run all the government schools around the temple, it can run. It can take care of all the civic infra of that particular city. It can run engineering schools. It can also run centers of excellence for science. That is the kind of revenue, even at the mismanaged level, Tamil Nadu temples are able to generate. That is why it is so heartening for us to see when there is an Ayodhya, temple economics wise, when it makes sense. When Kashi Vishwanatha temple, temple economics wise, when it makes sense. When Ujjain, temple economics wise, when it makes sense. It gives lot of confidence for a common man. Even 70, 80 years of Dravidian political brainwashing, they will get that confidence seeing every time somebody travels to Kumbh Mela, every time they see the meticulous organization that is happening, every time they see 60-70 crores of people coming there very peacefully going out, every time when people see that, their faith on Sanatana Dharma, especially for the youngsters, will keep increasing. Because it is very important in this age and time where everything is questioned. For everything, people want a science rationality. Seeing is believing. Seeing is believing. Only when people go and see how temples are beautifully managed, no semblance of VIP control, everybody treated fairly and equally, everybody standing in the queue even for 30 minutes, but somebody not bypassing the queue simply because he's a VIP, then it reinstills a lot of faith in Sanatana Dharma that everybody is treated equally and everybody will go there equally. The second one, I think it is also important, a conscious call for Sanatana Dharma to gain more deep roots into anybody who is criticizing us. Not only we do a temple economics, but also the concept of Dharma, we bring it back. In the sense, no VIP culture. All temples should be riddled, should be free of the VIP culture that is prevalent in many of the temples, where a common man comes, waits in the queue, but there is a certain class of people who got the privilege to go there, do the darshan and come out. I think that is also something which, as a person, I believe that is very, very important for us to get connected with the youngsters so that they know everybody is treated fairly and equal. So these are the small things at a conscious level we can start doing. And more importantly, in Tamil Nadu, if you look at the age-old Dharmanomics, right from Rajaraja Cholan's period, Chola period, if I'm again going thousands of years back, right from the Brihadeeswara temple, the whole temple is not only grandly constructed, but also a system was put in place by the Cholas to make sure the temple economics goes down deep. Even for the fuel which is needed for lighting up the lamp, even for the ghee that is needed, they went to such meticulous level to decide if there is a poor family of that area, 6 sheep will be given to them, and the ghee that is coming from that sheep will be used in the temple. And once the sheep gives birth to their offspring, they have gone to that detailing to say, when somebody, after achieving 6 sheep, should gift the 7th sheep to another guy who doesn't have a sheep. To that level of detailing in Tanjavur Brihadeeswara temple, if somebody has got the time to decipher the inscriptions they have mentioned. Even for destitute women, there are clear rules written 1000 years back in our Dharmanomics who should take care. A married woman without children, temple should take care. A person who's differently able, temple should take care. To that level of detailing, temples were acting as a centers of Dharma, a bridge between the privileged and not so privileged. That point of time, we didn't have a law. It is all inscribed in stone so that none of us can deviate from what is there. I'm very, very sure coming years, with the blessings of elders, Sanatana Dharma and Dharmanomics model from Bharat, maybe in 25 years, 50 years from now, it should go across the world as a model for equality, as a model for fraternity, as a model where people can come together, as a model temple will be the arbiter between the haves and the have-nots. So there is no underestimate in any parts of the world. I think that is a larger vision. To reach there, it is very important. The temple cities and temples, they become centers of excellence. It is very important, especially in a state like Tamil Nadu, the temples are completely freed from the HRNC department. It is more important, very important more than that, once freeing the old model in which the temples were run by a group of trustees. Now people can say, okay, you have freed it, day one. After freeing it, will it lead to more chaos? The whole idea of bringing this act, because they felt it is dominated by the priestly class. The Dravidian forces are very happy to use the word called Brahmin domination. That's how the politics of Tamil Nadu is for the last 50, 60, 70 years. They say, no, the Brahmin class will come and dominate temple. That is why in 1926 we freed. If anybody has got free time to roam around Tamil Nadu temples, we see temples, how beautifully it is structured. Different caste groups, they do puja in temple. For example, my Kuladevada temple, it is not a so-called forward caste which does puja. It is a so-called backward caste who will do a puja, and all of us will stand there and take prasad. That is there for the last 350 years. Temples are in Tamil Nadu where a lot of our mothers and sisters, they are chief puja. It is all there for 100 of years. There are temples where our scheduled caste brothers and sisters, they are the chief pujaris in main temples, and everybody will stand in line. But somehow, in the 250 years of mischievous history, all these are undocumented. After HRNC has come, they have taken it whole, and they're trying to do a lot of nonsense. I think it is very important. We have to go back to the roots. And many temples were built by certain communities, owned by certain communities, and they had a very prescribed way. We're very clear. We have a model to run temples once we free it. And this model is based on fraternity. This model is based on equality. This model can make temple more accessible to all the people, unlock the revenue potential of all the offerings inside the temple, and more importantly, generate trickle-down economics which can go down well. So I thank the Temple Connect program for giving me an opportunity to come here and want to talk about what is wrong in Tamil Nadu temples, the constitutional fraud that is happening, and the fight. Millions of people are fighting. There are people, hundreds of people who have dedicated their whole lives to take HRNC only to court. That is one side that has happened. But what is more important is the political change. The people giving their verdict to a political party to come and usher in this change. That is one part. And second, the temple economy that is happening in our country, that is creating a model for other temples to emulate. That is one part. A famous temple like here, TDD, which is a beacon of hope. A temple that is well managed, 2.5 lakh crore asset that we are looking. And coming years, more people will start going to temples. We will only see increasing number of people going. That number is not going to come down. We are seeing 20% year on increase to increase where temples are well maintained. That is the only way, I believe, of uniting Bharat, not by giving fancy speeches by politicians. One temple starts opening up, people starts visiting a temple. A South Indian visiting Kashi, South Indian visiting Ayodhya, somebody from the northern part, Uttarakhand, visiting Rameshwaran temple, somebody visiting Meenakshi, somebody visiting Palani, somebody visiting all the temple. That is how always Bharat was built. People visiting temples, people forgot their language, people didn't know the difference between them. Once we start doing it and reconnecting it back, Bharat will always be connected, and I'm very sure God will give all of us an opportunity to be a part of this massive process in the future. I again take the opportunity of the organizers who are sitting here for giving me an opportunity to come and present here some humble viewpoints. I'm very, very aware this is a stage where a lot of people are doing massive work. A lot of people have done massive work. They're coming here and speaking. A small man like me who has got a vision with a team to keep bringing these changes. I also got this opportunity to present my viewpoint. I thank all of you for giving me that opportunity and for your patient listening. Thank you so much. Jai Bharat.
Thank you very much, Shri K. Annamalai ji. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for State President, BJP Tamil Nadu. Sir, please stay back with us for 30 more seconds. I would like to invite Shri Sunil ji Deshpande to kindly join us on stage, along with Girish Vasudev Kulkarni, the founder of Itcx and of course the Temple Connect, to kindly felicitate our speaker, State President, BJP Tamil Nadu. Ladies and gentlemen, Shri K. Annamalai ji. Thank you, sir, for your inspiring and passionate address, for highlighting the key issues that the temples in the south are facing and how we can solve them with new innovations and ideas. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us at the Itcx 2025. Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, let the applauses be the music here today, because I am now going to introduce the next session on stage. Joining us next on stage is a panel, an illustrious panel rather, and it is going to be talking about temple education. You know, our temples are not just the places of devotion, but also the centers of spiritual education. To explore the topic of temple education further, we have two esteemed speakers who will bring valuable insights and expertise right before you. Ladies and gentlemen, firstly, with your thunderous applause, we would like to invite on stage Dr. Suresh Havare, a visionary leader, scholar, and the chairman of the Shirdi Sai Baba Trust. Please put your hands together and welcome Dr. Suresh Havare on stage. Welcome, sir. Thank you for joining us. And up next we have Shri Uday Salunke ji, Director of Wellington Institute of Management, Development and Research. Please put your hands together. Let there be a resounding applause welcoming our two expert speakers on stage. And along with them, I would also request Shri Girish Vasudev Kulkarni ji, who is the founder for Itcx and Temple Connect, to join us for this session. May we have you on stage, Girish ji, please. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this panel focuses on temple education. And now to take the conversation forward, may I kindly invite Dr. Suresh Havare ji to kindly join us and share his special remarks with us. Please welcome Dr. Suresh Havare, a visionary leader, scholar, and the chairman of the Shirdi Sai Baba Trust. Welcome you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause, please.
This is the screen, no? I will just test. Yeah, I will just test. Good morning, everybody. Friends, I will be... Yeah. Friends, I will be talking about a very different subject. That is a temple and a part of temple education and temple management. I say the temple is the center of socio-economic transformation of the nation. It is an instrument also for socio-economic transformation of the nation. What are the aims of the temple? Or when I joined Shirdi as a chairman, I asked myself a question, what is my main job? मुझे करना क्या है? So I had only two objectives in my mind. एक तो satisfactory, pleasant, fulfilling and spiritual darshan experience to the devotees. ये मेरा पहला काम है, प्राथमिक काम है. And दूसरा, to ensure that spiritual and cultural heritage of our nation is preserved and protected for the future generation. I have three objectives stated for the temple. One is the temple should be service oriented, it should be devotee oriented, and it should be society oriented. See, Shraddha has a tremendous power. Social benefits can be drawn out of Shraddha, a source of spiritual power and faith, and Shraddha can make devotees follow the guidelines given by the temples. Let me define very briefly what is Shraddha and what is Saburi. Shraddha means you have faith even when you have no answers. That is Shraddha. And what is Saburi? It is not about how long you can wait or how long you are waiting, but it is how well you behave while you are waiting. That is the definition of Shraddha. How the temple should look like. Our temple should be a disciplined temple. There has to be a crowd management education in the temple. There has to be a disaster management plan in place. A devotee engagement plan in place has to be there in the temple. We should have a darshan queue management system, prasad or a mahaprasad management system, service management, and there has to be ISO systems. All SOPs should be in place. Then only we call it an organized temple. There are many aspects of technology that can be used in the temple. Artificial intelligence is the forthcoming and the most important. Virtual reality, face recognition, electronic surveillance. Number of services can be made online, and this is very essential. These are all the aspects of artificial intelligence that could be engaged in the temple. There has to be transparency in the system of temples. So donations, counting, banking, etc., contracts, tenders, vendors, purchase and in all the temples. There has to be cleanliness, a clean temple, not only the temple but a clean city, and there has to be a waste management plan in place. Devotee satisfaction is utmost importance. There has to be a spiritual experience. Meditation services can be provided. You should remember that devotee is the deity. भक्त ही भगवान का स्वरूप है. भक्त की सेवा ही भगवान की सेवा है. When I say it should be service oriented, I enlist at least 8 parameters. मंदिर अगर भक्तों को अपील करता है कि हर मंदिर में ये 4 चीजें होनी चाहिए, तो भक्त उसको मानता है, सुनता है. Health services and educational services, these are the 2 aspects which are going out of budget of a common man. And if these services are provided by the temple, they will be highly appreciated by the society. Blood donation is the one item I would suggest for all the temples, because there is no alternative for the blood. If blood donation drives, maybe daily, maybe weekly, maybe monthly, organized by all the temples, society will not be facing shortage of the blood. Then let me talk about health services. I would be taking the example from Shirdi Sai Baba Sansthan. There are 2 hospitals. Totally, during my tenure, I made it totally free. Earlier, around 1,50,000 people were taking the advantage or getting benefited. After making it free, 5.5 lakh people have been benefited. When we started blood donation, we invited people to donate blood. Initially, 15-20 people started donating blood every day. We issued them a certificate with a photograph of Sai Baba and allowed them for direct darshan of the Sai Baba. The mouth of word spread among the devotees, and friends, 150 to 200 people started donating blood every day. Our blood bank was not capable of holding that blood. We invited 25 blood banks from the Maharashtra, and blood was getting supplied from Shirdi Sai Baba temple to all over the Maharashtra. Educational services are run by Shirdi Sai Baba temple. Around 6,000 students are studying. There are girls' school, English medium school, junior college, senior college. Cleanliness, we took the responsibility of cleaning the Shirdi city by the services of the temple. And India Today conducted an all-nation survey, nationwide survey of all the temples and temple cities, and they come out with the finding that Shirdi was the cleanest temple and cleanest temple city out of all the temples they have surveyed. And President of India awarded the first prize to the Shirdi Sai Baba Sansthan. Also, during the cleanliness drive or survection by the state government, Shirdi is being selected as the first cleanest city of the Maharashtra, and 15 करोड़ का एक इनाम हर वर्ष शिरडी नगर पालिका को दिया जाता है. DOT services, I will not elaborate on that, but भक्तों को यदि भगवान की सेवा करने का अवसर दिया जाए तो भक्त बहुत खुश होते हैं, सेटिस्फैक्शन लेवल उनका बढ़ता है. I will elaborate a little bit on this project. साई बाबा संस्थान में साई बाबा की समाधि पर डेली 3.5 tons of flowers were being offered. तो ये फ्लावर का करे क्या, नेक्स्ट दिन होता क्या है, तो ये सब कचरे में चले जाते हैं. मुझे ऐसे लगा भक्तों की भावना का अनादर होता है. We created agarbatti from those flowers, and friends, 200 women of self-help group got employed in this project. 5,000 agarbatti packets were made every day, and 1.5 lakhs rupees were the earning of every day by selling of agarbatti. It became a project of 5 crores annual turnover. 10% of the amount was received by the temple. So temple has earned the money. 200 women got employment, and भक्तों की भावना का जो अनादर होता था वो भी इससे रुक गया है. Annadan is being conducted. What we did is we requested people to donate for Annadan. Come out with आपके जन्मदिन पे आपके कोई मैरिज एनिवर्सरी है तो आप अन्नदान में सहभाग कीजिए. 5.5 लाख रुपया केवल एक दिन का अन्नदान होता है. फ्रेंड्स, आई एम हैप्पी टू टेल यू, जैसे ही ये सिस्टम अनाउंस किया, out of 365 days, 250 days were booked by the devotees, and people started donating for the Annadan. See, there has to be inclusiveness, temples for all, no restrictions. Birth, date and marriage should be, if you could relate it with the temple, and center for social education. See, temple economy is huge. When I estimated, there are 30 lakhs of temples in our country. Tirupati Temple Devasthanam has an annual budget of 3,000 crores, Shirdi 1,500 crores, and if you count the resources of all the temples, the temple economy of India is in the range of $1 trillion, and it is a huge. It will support Modi ji's ambition of making our country a 5 trillion economy. Friends, one of the gentlemen, he questioned while making some of the recent temples कि मंदिर क्यों बनाते हो, मंदिर क्या जॉब देता है क्या? मैं कहता हूँ यस, मंदिर जॉब देता है. Tirupati has employed 16,000 people, Shirdi has employed 5,000 people. Friends, these are the direct employment. But what about the secondary employment? Shops and services, tours and travels, hotels and restaurants, ये सारे employment के साधन हैं. मैं कहता हूँ कि केवल एक टेम्पल में 10 लोगों को यदि एम्प्लॉयमेंट दिया तो भी पूरे भारत में 3 करोड़ लोगों को एम्प्लॉयमेंट देश भर में मिलता है, एंड दैट इज द थर्ड लार्जेस्ट रिसोर्स ऑफ एम्प्लॉयमेंट. नाउ साइंटिफिक मैनेजमेंट क्या कहता है? मेन मशीन, मटेरियल, मनी एंड मार्केट, दीज आर द 5 M's ऑफ साइंटिफिक मैनेजमेंट. एंड फ्रेंड्स, आई से दीज आर ऑल एप्लीकेबल टू द टेम्पल मैनेजमेंट. व्हाट इज द नीड? नीड इज टू क्रिएट skilled and professionally trained manpower who will manage the temples. I wrote a book on temple management. It is available on Amazon. And based on this temple management, there was a group brainstorming for 1 year and create the educational courses on temple management. And I am happy to share with you the success of this group, that certificate course of 6 months, diploma course of 12 months, and MBA in temple management for 2 years. These courses have been created, and another happiness is they have been already commenced in Mumbai University. They have already commenced in Wellington Institute of Management, and very soon they will be commenced in Pune University. These are the pilot exercises, and I would say they are expandable to all India. So these are the syllabus. I will not go in details. 6 months, 12 months, and the MBA in temple management 2 years course. So these are expandable to all India level. Friends, thank you very much for patient listening. I would end my talk with a simple quote, that it is very easy to understand difficult things, but it is very difficult to understand simple things. Very, very much thankful to you, sir. Thank you.
I would now request Shri Uday Salunke ji, after this wonderful presentation by Suresh Havre ji, ex-chairman, Shirdi, a big round of applause. I would now request Uday Salunke ji to please lead us through the points. Wellington Institute is one of the first institutes in the country to initiate a temple management course along with Mumbai University and Pune University. A big round of applause for educating us in this industry. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Giriji. Namaste, Jai Shri Ram. My respects to the chairman of our Temple Management Core Committee, Dr. Suresh Havre ji, Sunil Rao Deshpande ji, Girish ji, and even my team of V School, Wellington Institute of Management, and my dear participants who are the first batch participants, ladies and gentlemen, and all Swamiji, Sadhu Sanji from various temples. This time, in fact, we did a first experiment. V School is a 50 years old business school with Mumbai and Bangalore campus. And our trust, Shikshana Prasaraka Mandali Pune, is 137 years old trust, started by 4 primary school teachers. So we are very glad that we could really do something as a contribution to the society. Otherwise, we are a business school, gives MBA, and students look forward to packages like 40 lakh, 50 lakh rupees packages per year. But this is a good cause for the society. And just to begin with, why actually we should go ahead with scientific management education? As you all may know definitely, that management normally we talk about marketing, finance, human resource, operations, and various kind of management programs. But here you will find the community engagement comes at the top priority. Everyone really gets bound together with respect to their own objectives and actually carrying forward in terms of efficient resource management. Be it human resource, be it all other kinds of resources, which probably management really teaches you that how you can take it forward. Crisis management point of view, you know for sure that many crises happens, but how you should mitigate the risk, how you should learn from the crisis. Crisis in a way also an opportunity to improve. So that's the way crisis management. Legal and ethical compliance. Today, normally we've been told by the government and many regulators that do this, do that, or don't do this, don't do that. But you'll really find we should be governed by self. So self-governance for the individuals and even for the institutions, one should really look at it. At the same time, devotees. I'm sure for Tirupati Balaji, lakhs and lakhs of devotees comes, even in Shirdi, in Maharashtra and many other temples. So when devotees come, is it not a responsibility as a temple management thought process or ecosystem that give them factor which is happiness or delight or maybe wow, how really you feel about it? At the same time, it is a wonderful opportunity for all schools, colleges, universities that we can actually preserve the heritage for our wonderful Bharat, wonderful nation, and for the sustainable future. Everybody today talking about climate change. They are talking about ESG. They are talking about a lot of things by which we can preserve a climate for the future generations. And final point, which is I'm sure Anna Malaiji mentioned, Parandeji mentioned, and even Havre sir did mention that our future temple economy can certainly strengthen the nation's economy. And the dream of our Honorable Prime Minister, which I'm sure all of us cherish, that dream of Viksit Bharat or 2047 can be certainly achieved with the help of temple economy, which will lead to national economy. And employment opportunities, these are just few illustrative, but you will find maybe admin roles, event management, F&B, hospitality. It's a big kind of industry, and which Anna Malaiji also did mention about many those figures, about few lakh crores. So likewise, Havreji mentioned. So I'm sure this is a wonderful opportunity. And how we begin? Actually, we begin with the committee which was formed under the chairmanship of Dr. Havreji, and that committee did a brainstorming that how we should go about it. We did need analysis. In fact, some of my faculty colleagues, professors are here, and definitely they visited many temples. Students visited, MBA students visited many temples. They met many stakeholders, be it trustees, be it devotees, be it in fact Pujari, Pandit, or be it some of the authorities, and understand what do you need for managing your temples effectively, what kind of curriculum or knowledge should be given, what kind of skill set should be given. And that really worked well. And at the same time, this is a V School and Temple Connect. I must thank Girishji that Temple Connect worked very closely. Give them a big hand actually. Temple Connect's role is very great. And it is not only the classroom. The classroom is outside as well. Classroom training is there, but practical knowledge which is also definitely there. And I must request, my first batch, at least out of 22 participants, 12 are here. Would you mind, Ravindraji and my participant can probably rise for a minute. And I must mention they're the first batch. So give them big hand, encourage them. Encourage them that yes, first batch they came from Hyderabad, from Andhra, from all pockets of India they came. And when Ravindraji, when you ask me question, in a first interaction, Ravindraji asked me question, that Dr. Salunke, now are you going to teach us management of temple or you're going to teach us how to manage temples? So I mentioned to him, I said, Swamiji, he is almost 61, 62 years old, very senior in ISKCON, more than 30 years of work-ex. So I requested him, I said, Swamiji, I don't know how to manage your temple, but I know how to manage temple of knowledge. So that's the way I thought that we can contribute from our side. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Swamiji. So the way in which we begin was something very different. And what we did actually, we covered like curriculum. We did curriculum curation very clearly. What is the skill set required? What is the administration process required? How we should give a bit of technology orientation to them. And you can see many of them there during their visits on the screen that they visited multiple temples. And these are some of the temples. They actually visited double than actually number of temples in and around Maharashtra. And now you will find what are the observation, what is the outcome of those visits. So you will find the temple authorities mention about financial management should be taught to them, human values, devotee engagement, leadership, admin practices, service orientation, and likewise. So you'll find even technology integration. Today we talk about everything about technology. So how we can really go about it. So likewise, they suggested additional topics like people management, Indian knowledge system, sustainability. So these are the additional topics beyond the curriculum which was suggested by the temple authorities of different temples. Again, key skills. What temple authorities suggested that they should be taught, participants should be taught about adaptability, interpersonal skills, passion. So these are the skill set which all the participants have gone through when they studied at V School. And the target group, so target group was not really 25, 30. The target group, actually, the senior people were more. It was from 22 to 69, where you should appreciate the kind of, their learning ability or their interest to learn, even they're at the age of 68, 69, 60 plus. So 50 plus age was of almost 45% of the students, participants who were there. You will similarly find it's sourcing from where they were sourced. Parallelly, program duration, we started with 6 months, so 3 months in V School and 3 months with Temple Connect and doing internship. Like 12 of them are working here like a crew at this place. And I've been told by, in fact, Ravinderji, that he applied here yesterday, maybe crowd management, here, today, in fact, today I see Ravinderji mentioned about he applied crowd management. Likewise, Jayanta mentioned about he used problem-solving skills, which he learned back in the V School. So likewise, whatever we are sharing with them in the school, they are coming back to place like this convention, or some of them are there in Prayag for Mahakumbh, and I'm sure they are even applying their skill set there. So it is a wonderful application of knowledge at their end. Yeah, program mode, it was preferred as a face-to-face. So 1 week they used to come every month from all parts of the country, from remote parts of the country even, from Hyderabad or Andhra, from Tamil Nadu and other parts as well. And you will find this is the kind of the way in which they looked at it: content curation, soft skill development, classroom learning, on-the-job training. So everyone, all participants are with the professors and learning. And this was the kind of 5 subjects actually were covered in the first 3 months, and about close to kind of 100 hours on that, and 60 hours on activities. Every day, first half is mainly in the classroom, second half in the activities of various soft skills point of view. And this was an inaugural launch. Our former chairman of AICTE, Anil Sahasrabuddhe ji, was there with Advocate S.K. Jain sir, who is the chairman of my trust, and Havre ji and Girish ji. So this is again diverse batch profile. This is program structure and learning approach, classroom learning, guest lectures, skill development workshops, internship as well. And this is blend of scientific management principles and practical applications. And these are skill enhancement workshops which we have made them to go through. This is kind of the areas where they covered in terms of real world application, like this kind of international conference, networking point of view, mentorship point of view. They did project work as well. And there is the assessment, there is the evaluation. It is not only come and just attend. So online exams, project work, Viva. So after this is completed, we will have the sessions with them as well. And this is the kind of program impact. For the nation building point of view, we feel this program should be continued by all schools, all colleges, as Havre sir mentioned about certificate courses, short-term, long-term point of view as well. And this is like, we are looking at in terms of, I think the pyramid is probably missed out here, but you'll find the vision of our Prime Minister in terms of Viksit Bharat can be achieved as the epitome of success. And second line is our contribution, what we can do, contribution to the vision of Vishwaguru. Bharat should be Vishwaguru in the years to come. Like old days we used to talk about जहाँ पे सोने की चिड़िया बसेरा करती थी, उसी तरीके से how we can be Vishwaguru by nurturing our own human capital and provide to the globe and community impact and sustainable growth for the future. And this is a batch which kind of completed. Let's give big hand to this first batch of V School. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for a detailed insight. I'm sure we all have been students in some or the other way in our journey till now, and we've studied and gathered knowledge about various things from education and experience. How many of you all agree with me that temple education and temple management education should be made importantly mandatory in all the temples?
Wow.
I want to have a big round of applause for all these people. It is extremely important for us to understand as we grow up, we keep updating ourselves. As we grow up, we want to learn new topics. All the eminent people gathered here are those important people who understand the value of knowledge, understand the value of experience, and understand the value of sharing their experiences with one another. Temple management as a course is not only a course for a certificate, but it's a course created to upgrade one and all. Everyone here comes with specialization. Everyone here comes with an idea of how your knowledge can be shared to other temples, and other temples' great knowledge can come together. We have people from various Shakti Peeths here. We have people representing the 12 Jyotirlings. We have devotees and people from various Divya Desam. I was told by people that before this convention started in 2023, we did not have a common interface amongst themselves. I ask all you people, how many of you all from one Divya Desam temple contacted the other Divya Desam temple for better improvisation and joint efforts? Do you think there is a need of a common interface amongst everyone? So primarily knowledge sharing, education, connect, communication and network is the key of all these aspects. Courses are not only created for running it at institutes, universities and education sessions, but they are also the ones, they need to be organized at your temples. All temples, big, small, or however in the level of footfalls, temples are sacred, they are powerful and they are important. So the devotee experience, all our temple needs to extend to the devotees are very important. On that note, I would like to ask Honorable Havre sir to give us an overview quickly on what is your experience when it was managing Shirdi Devasthan, and what are the top 2-3 things you feel from temple education point of view we need to incorporate for all of us to benefit. Before this, my request is everyone to be seated wherever they are. When the sessions are going, I do not want the gates to be used for coming in and going out. We have some important announcements after this regarding the other hall and other meetups. At the same time, the darshan facility and coordination. So I request your support. It takes a lot of effort for putting so many important people in this one room. So a big round of applause for yourself. By all of us. We all have to be patient and we all have to listen to the eminent dignitaries who have come. Sir, over to you.
Girishji, first of all, I would like to thank Sunilji Deshpande and Atulji Limaye for their valuable guidance and inspiration to lead these brainstorming sessions to the formation of MBA in temple management courses. And I would like to take opportunity to thank Wellington Institute's Dr. Uday Salunkhe for taking a lead and commencing the course. And I would say, I'm sure these courses will spread all over the India in the forthcoming years. But Wellinkar Institute will be known as the pioneering institute to start these courses in the beginning itself. Girishji, I would say there are two aspects of temple management. One is the micro management, another is the macro management. When I joined Shirdi temple as a chairman, the first thing on the first day I did is I joined the queue of the devotees who are going for darshan of Sri Sai Baba. उस क्यू में मैंने ज्वाइन किया. कई लोग मुझे विरोध कर रहे थे कि सर आप इसमें मत जाइए, आपको टाइम लगेगा. मैंने कहा नहीं, आई वांट टू टेक द फर्स्ट हैंड एक्सपीरियंस एज ए डिवोटी. मुझे क्या तकलीफें भक्तों को होने वाली है वो तकलीफों का मैं अंदाज़ा लेना चाहता हूँ. आई ट्रेवल्ड इन द क्यू. I found that water is being sold at 15 rupees a bottle. I said, such a big temple, can we not give water to the devotees free of cost? I immediately arranged RO plant and free distribution of water to all the devotees. So this was the effect of micromanagement. You are putting your legs in the shoes of the devotee. I moved a little bit forward. Tea and coffee were being sold. I said, such a big temple, can we not offer tea and coffee free to the devotees? Friends, I have taken an immediate decision and decided that tea, coffee, milk and biscuit should be made available to all the devotees free of cost in the darshan queue, and that has happened. I moved a little bit. मैंने एक विचित्र चित्र देखा. एक छोटे बालक को गोद में लिए हुए महिला थी. She wanted to feed her baby. She sat in a queue and with a lot of difficulty she was feeding her child. She cannot leave the queue because उनका chance चला जाएगा. She cannot leave the child because that is hungry. I immediately took a decision to form a baby feeding room, and also took another decision that women who are pregnant and women who are carrying a small kid in their lap, they will not be required to stand in the queue for darshan. Direct darshan will be available for them. I moved a little bit. I found बूढ़े व्यक्ति काठी लकड़ी टेकते टेकते जा रहे थे, धक्के खा रहे थे. एंड देन आई डिसाइडेड कि जो सीनियर सिटीजन्स है 60 साल के ऊपर है उनको भी डायरेक्ट दर्शन की व्यवस्था वहाँ पर कर देनी चाहिए, और मैंने वहाँ पर इम्प्लीमेंट किया. ऐसे हैंडीकैप लोगों के लिए भी किया. देन आई मूव्ड ए लिटिल बिट. फ्लावर्स वेर बीइंग ऑफर्ड ऑन समाधि ऑफ साई बाबा. तो फ्लावर का मैंने बताया, अगरबत्ती में कन्वर्शन किया. तो फ्रेंड्स, माइक्रो मैनेजमेंट, आई हैव गिवन यू एग्जांपल ऑफ माइक्रो मैनेजमेंट. I did some mega management also, macro management I would say. Food was being served to all the devotees. It was charged. I created an Annadan fund and requested, appealed devotees to devote for Annadan fund. And the idea was to make that Annadan free of cost to all the devotees. And friends, I'm happy to tell you that I was successful in making that Annadan free of cost for all the devotees. 50 to 60,000 devotees were benefited from this Annadana scheme. Like that, I made hospitals free for all the devotees. So these are the micro and macro aspects. Yes.
So sir, largely when we talk about, so coming back to the fact of temple education,
Yes.
I would like to ask Salunke sir that it is the first year of the temple management course at Wellinkar. Wellinkar SP Pratishtan's initiative of education has been a long journey. In this long journey, sir, how welcoming has been the education stream of temple management? How has been your response in the the space of the admissions, and what are the problems that you faced?
See, any kind of new venture like this is never going to be easy. But our philosophy of V School, or I'll say Shikshan Prasarak Mandali, Pune, this trust was founded by 4 primary school teachers. And they were inspired by none other than the great freedom fighter Bal Gangadhar Tilak in 1888. So we also have kind of responsibility towards our own institutions. And one of our core value of V School, which is Wellington Institute of Management, is we link and care. We always tell our students, our teachers, our staff, our alumni, the entire ecosystem, that top of our priority should be Rashtra Ka Nirman. Nation building has to be the top priority. Even though you are studying in the business school, in business school normally students do their MBA. And MBA, they come to the business school after a lot of work, going through CAT, ZAT, all exams, and earn money, good package, 30 lakh package, 40 lakh package per year. But while doing so, your first priority should be nation, society, family, and then self. In that sequence, when Havreji, along with Sunil Raoji, Atulji, Girishji, when all of them have brought to us this proposal of temple management, it was very new. And my faculties, my professors were also not aware of this. But we requested them, give us some time. Let my professors, my students, do observation study by going to visit temples, meet all the stakeholders, understand what are their needs. As Havreji mentioned, we were trying to play a role like a need analyst. What are the needs of every stakeholder? Be it trustees, be it admin authorities, be it devotees, be it vendors who are actually doing business in and around. And then we structure this curriculum. Challenges will be there. But giving confidence to your own team, so giving confidence to my professors, I have a couple of my professors, like Professor Rajesh is here. In fact, Pramod is here. In fact, my family is here. My wife Swati was very, very happy that I'm getting into this. So this is a good cause. And somewhere we feel we must contribute to the society. And if we don't teach students, then who will teach students? Like for temple, like Shirdi temple or any other temple, you take care of devotees, we have to take care of the students. The students are like bhakt for us. So this temple management course students, I'm sure, initially it must be difficult, challenging for them. But the way in which I could see their interest, irrespective of age, their interest was phenomenal. In fact, all of them touched my heart always. And today morning, when I came here, all 12 of them came, met me, and they were trying to share with me that there is so much application we can do of our learning curve. So I'll say, it is like, from our side, bit of bhakti towards the Rashtra Ka Nirman. That's a contribution for the nation.
Wow. Fantastic. I'm sure you don't want us just discussing points, but there are a lot of valid questions you all would want to ask the dignitaries on stage. I would ask my team to kindly circulate the mic to this gentleman here. So one announcement before that. We are here to ask questions. We are not here to talk about what problems you all are having and then the case study. I have only 1 minute, 30 seconds per question. So be very crisp. We have to have discipline amongst ourselves and we have to reach out to them. There are 3 stages here. This stage is the presentation stage. There is a temple talk stage where every temple will get to speak and put their point of view, and we would be recording that and taking it to the Honorable Prime Minister and the dignitaries of the state. And then there is a workshop stage where there are workshops that will be conducted. So ideally, make your questions crisp, address it to whoever you want to address it to, and we'll be more than happy to answer you. Thank you very much.
Am I audible? Sir, this question is to Dr. Salunke. I am Raj Khalaf from Goa. My question to you, sir, is that what would it take for all of us to support you to ensure that the temple education system is spread across India?
Wow, this is a good beginning from Goa.
Thank you for a wonderful question.
So maybe let me just mention to one of the incidents when Parikarji was there. He came to Bombay and I was on the table and he was mentioning to me how we can make Goa as a destination for education. And I recall that very well. And this is a wonderful question. My request, not only to Goa, but to all the states and the teachers or trustees of the temples who are here, wherever possible, maybe one can coin 1-day course, 3-day courses, short-term courses, and then gradually long-term courses of areas of your choice. At least at the beginning, if we can create awareness among the students at a college level or maybe even management education level, any kind of graduation, at least smaller modules if we can give them, and then if they show interest, if they find interesting, we can give a longer term modules, maybe 6 months or 12 months, or even we will also develop MBA curriculum, which will be maybe, my sense is MBA students from temple management, maybe a couple of years down the line, will have better package than anything else, and they will give back to the temples as a contribution to the society. So my request, let's develop short-term curriculum, and we'll be happy to visit Goa anytime. We'll catch up offline. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there any next question?
Hello,
Yes, please.
I am Rahul Runwal. I am from Mandsaur, Madhya Pradesh. How can I get education of temple? वहाँ मंदसौर रह करके हम लोग कैसे एजुकेशन आपकी जो है, क्या ये कोई ऑनलाइन प्रोग्राम हम लोगों ने इसका किया हुआ या ऐसा कुछ?
तो मैं आपको इस माध्यम से बताना चाह रहा हूं कि मुंबई यूनिवर्सिटी, पूना यूनिवर्सिटी और वेलिंकर इंस्टीट्यूट के माध्यम से हमने ये कोर्स इस साल लॉन्च किया। आने वाले समय में हम कुछ 42 यूनिवर्सिटीज़ एंड इंस्टीट्यूट्स के साथ में MOUs कर रहे हैं, राष्ट्र भर और राष्ट्र के बाहर भी, जहाँ पे अलग अलग लैंग्वेजेस में, लोकल लैंग्वेजेस में ये कोर्स कंडक्ट किए जाए। मेरा ये आह्वान है इन सारे मंदिर न्यासों के लोगों से कि उनके शहरों में, उनके राज्य में इन कोर्स को क्रिएट और ओन करने का एक प्रकल्प हम इस माध्यम से लोगों तक पहुंचा रहे हैं। यू शुड लीड दीज कोर्सेज इन योर सिटीज एंड स्टेट्स एंड लैंग्वेजेस इन योर रीजन। टेम्पल कनेक्ट, Shri Havre ji, Shri Salunke ji, Shri Sunil ji Deshpande ji, and all other eminent members, Shri Prasad Lal ji, would be ideally available to make this the best experience, and we will come to your doorstep with knowledge and education, and you all need to help us make this big. Thank you very much.
Can I just add on?
One more thing, yeah.
Just to your question, first batch which we started, which is face to face, and they used to come physically in the campus 1 week in a month, okay? Initially, we felt the face-to-face, the response was good, and they wanted face-to-face. But gradually, we'll go for the hybrid model, wherein face-to-face can be maybe shortened, but online also can be created. But we can have both the models. So you can write it to us. We'll be more than happy. Maybe we can discuss offline, and my colleagues are also there. Thank you.
All right. We are here to take one last question.
Sir, you have suggested a very good suggestion regarding the MBA courses for temple management.
What is your question?
And we have discussed regarding the various topics regarding in this temple management, but whether books are available for the study purposes and syllabus is to be prepared for these purposes, and how many duration should be prepared for completing this course, and what is the job opportunity for this course? Please explain, sir.
Sir, I want to take this up. So books. So we have Dr. Suresh Havreji, who's published the temple management course, and there are multiple books that are getting created. Books can be created with your knowledge also. Books can be created with the knowledge of the temples here. So let's come together and contribute more and compile it together. Having said that, in India, there are 32 lakh temples on an average. And there are only 60 students or 90 students passing out of this course this year. Do you see the gap? If you see the gap, then from June we should have at least 10,000 students taking up the course. It's for all of us to come together and complement. There is one last question for this gentleman back there to ask.
Giriji, I would like to add in this.
Quickly.
Yeah,
Giriji, I
just
can,
one
30
sentence.
seconds. For the question, sir, what you asked, we actually picked up 5 subjects, and for every subject 20 hours we kept, and out of 20 hours for every subject, 10 hours was like in the classroom, and 10 hours were like activities which were there. And my request to the temple trustees and temple kind of, founding members, if you can give the projects to participants of the temple program, I'm sure they will contribute to you. And as Giriji mentioned, co-creation and co-production is the name of the game. We need to work together. In isolation, we can't do great. But if we work together, I'm sure we can enrich the curriculum. Thank you.
Just one sentence that Girishji has shown a book on temple management that is available on Amazon. There is another book I have written, MBA in Temple Management. That also will be available through Girishji. And as far as the job potential is concerned, Sir Sunil Deshpande ji has informed me that immediately there is a requirement of 6 managers who are trained in temple management in United States of America. There is a requirement of temple managers all over all over India and abroad. This potential is huge.
So guys, with that note, I end this session. I have your attention here, so I'm going to take this benefit of doing 2-3 announcements because इतना ज़्यादा ध्यान किसी और विषय पे इस हॉल में प्राप्त करना is a difficult task. So give me 2 minutes to make these announcements quickly. Today there are 3 stages. We have 3 stages. This is the main. This is the main stage where all the dignitary sessions are happening. Just behind the food area, that is the temple workshop stage. The sessions there will start from 12:30 onwards. There are different topics there. You should also participate actively in sessions there because there are eminent people coming and speaking at those stages. Just behind that is a temple talk stage where all you people, whoever you feel that you want to communicate a message and your insights to the Honorable Prime Minister and the other dignitaries of the state and the government and the policy makers, we have an opportunity to go there, learn, interface and share your thoughts. After the lunch break at 1:30, there are 2 stalls. One is Temple Connect, Help Desk, and the other is Trip to Temple stall. These are the 2 areas where registration for darshan for today evening and tomorrow evening would be done. Registrations have already been divided as per the hotels that you all are staying. So today there are certain hotels which yesterday were covered, but because of the limitation of time, yesterday we all were supposed to go to Tirumala for the darshan, but the gates close at 12 o'clock, and if your darshan is delayed, you cannot come back between 12 to 5. So we have shifted that today evening 7:30. All the dignitaries whose darshan is scheduled for today, their names would be cleared for today. They will be ready and available at 7:30. They have to have a quick lunch, a quick dinner, and they should be ready at the stage, at the workshop stage, ready to board the buses between 7:30 and 7:45. Am I audible and clear?
Absolutely.
Whosoever name is not there in today's list should not be found there in that hall. Otherwise, I will personally see to it from a discipline point of view, not any dhamki point of view. I am putting it in a very vinamra point of view to you. Please help me to make this organized. Are we together on this? Last but not the least, 1 minute. Last but not the least, there is a dress code for y'all when you go up to Tirupati, Tirumala Devasthanam Darshan. There are lungis that are given in the bags which would be distributed today and beyond. Tomorrow is a dress code. Ramraj has given us, all these people, lungis from Ramraj. A big round of applause for them. So tomorrow we have to be in the regional dress code, wearing the lungis and the kurtas, whatever best. Karthik, your voice. Last of the reference, I need to do the felicitations. Any discussion, I am available. Ma'am, I'll come back to you on this. All the arrangements for all the dignitaries are organized by my team. There is a queue management system created there. You all have been managing temples and the queues in a better way in your own temples. Organizing that is also your responsibility. Do not crowd, go with sequence and get the best darshan done. I pray everyone gets the best darshan, but we have